I first understood that I had uterine fibroids on the visit that was after my initial call to my gynecologist stating that I had some severe pain on my left side. And when I went to see him, he did a sonogram and said, "You have a fibroid in your uterus." And at that time, it was about the size of maybe a golf ball. And we were going to keep a watchful eye on it and hope that it's just kind of the pain subsided and went away after a month or two. Well, financially, for starters, I missed a lot of work every month. It pretty much disabled me from going anywhere and working. I'm a manicurist in a salon part-time, and I'm also, I do research development for a major manufacturer, and to have to constantly get up from the tasks and my duties every 15 minutes to 30 minutes, that's right there alone was disheartening. And so sometimes I'd miss work monthly, like I said, 2 or 3 days a month, so that was financially and work-wise too. Didn't help much to be missing so much work. And activity-wise, really stayed close to home because you didn't really want to go anywhere because you didn't know when it was going to be a lot of blood flow or something was going to happen and you'd have to go home and change, or it was hard on my lifestyle for 2 years. The way I decided between the options was, well, first of all, waiting. I didn't just say recommended hysterectomy, and about 1.5 years I waited because I kept thinking there's got to be something else and I've got to find it. And I would call my gynecologist repeatedly and ask him, please, I would tell office manager and who I know personally, ask him, is there any alternative? I keep hearing of all these new treatments for things, and is there anything else that I can do? And then she'd call back, well, I talked to him, and no, not in your case, you really need hysterectomy. So hysterectomy was the only option with him, and I never really thought about seeing somebody else. I just thought, well, that's all there is. And then once I found out about UFE and got the information and read it, I was thrilled and thought, oh, no surgery. I didn't want to be cut open already. I've been had 2 surgeries there already, 2 a pregnancy, and then my daughter was C-section. So I know what that surgery's like. I know the recovery of the surgery, and I know the time off work and life that I would have had to do. So that's why I was waiting. I just kept waiting and hesitating because I did not want to do that, and I did not want to throw my body into menopause ahead of its time. So once I heard about UFE, I had to research it completely, and the choice was right there. I took it. The difference I saw in Dr. Taheri's approach to my problem as opposed to my gynecologist is, first and foremost, he knows the modern technology and the latest techniques. His office, his equipment is all state-of-the-art. I think that's very important because there's new technology every day, especially in the medical industry, and you've got to have a doctor that's on top of it. The difference in my life before UFE and now is tremendous. Period now comes, I get a cramp, I take an Advil and it's gone, and next day my period comes, it's 1 day long and over with. I don't even know I'm on it. I don't even have mood swings. I mean, this is better than even before I had UFE. I feel great. I don't even feel, I'm no bloated. Oh, that was the best. I couldn't fit in, I gained weight during the period cycle too and couldn't fit in things. Now it's great. There's just no bloating, no symptoms. It's easy. Intimacy's better with my husband. Before I didn't even want to be intimate because there's chronic pain and cramping afterwards, and it just wasn't a good time. So that's better, and I don't have to worry about. I started working out this week. I went for an 1.5 hour walk. Before I wouldn't be able to even leave 10 minutes from my house because usually something would happen and I'd have to go home and change, and I'd get cramping, things like that. Even not on my period, sometimes I would just have a blood flow for no reason. So that's changed. I can do things. I have more freedom to do things, and I don't feel as irritable either. I think he did a great job with me. I recommend him already to people, and like I said, I live over 100 miles away, and LA traffic, but it doesn't matter. It's to get here was worth it, and I still am going to make him pretty much my primary OBGYN. And I have a daughter who's 13, and maybe we'll have to drive, but my confidence is truly with him, and I might bring her up here to see him too. What women should know is that this procedure is available for women who have, like me, one extremely large fibroid, that was embedded in the lining of my uterus and was causing most of the problems, just the one, and they found another one while they were in there. Or if you're a woman that has multiple fibroids, it can work for you too. So it's a procedure. Fibroids in general, pretty much the procedure can take care of one or multiple, which is a great option because a lot of women have a few of them from what I've heard.